Welcome back to another entry in my reading diary of the realm of the Elderlings. As you can see, I'm making progress through the second trilogy, the Lifeship Trader trilogy by Robin Hobb, and I finished the first book so far, and I'm halfway through the second one. For the series going forward, I want to structure these videos into my current status, where I'm at reading right now, my thoughts on the series, and then my predictions and thinking of where this could go. If you want to follow along and read the series along with me, subscribe to this channel and don't miss any updates in my reading diary. Let's get into my current status. I finished the first book, The Ship of Magic, in about 1.5 weeks. I love this book for the writing, for the immersiveness that Robin Hobb manages to draw out and incorporates in her words and her sentences, the way she structures the story and the character portrayals and development. It's just amazing. I can see that this might be a personal thing and maybe some people don't enjoy her kind and way of writing, but for me this is just super easy to read and I'm so into it. That being said, the story is pretty slow in terms of what actually happens, in terms of meta plot. It's just very focused on the characters and their dealings, their adventures, their struggles, their problems, and just overall setting up the stage, it feels like. In a way, this felt like reading The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson, because you can definitely tell that she's just getting all of the chess pieces in order, developing all of the major characters that are needed in the future, for then deliver an epic story, I hope. Still, this book and the series has some of my most hated characters. Kylehaven and his daughter Malta are annoying and infuriating at the same time. I don't think I've ever hated any character as much as these two, other than maybe Regal from the Farseer trilogy. I gave this 4 stars because I really enjoyed it and I really like the setup of the story and the world. And for the people that maybe say like, oh, you have to get through this trilogy to move on, I don't understand, because this trilogy gives us a lot of information about the Elderlings and about the world and the shapings and the history of the world that we didn't get in Farseer at all, because these people and these characters are way more knowledgeable about the ways of this world and the magic of this world than like Fitz ever was. Fitz is an idiot in terms of magic, so you should definitely read this and don't skip the series. I'm halfway through the second book, The Matchup, already, and I can still say I'm still annoyed by Malta and Kyle. I don't like these characters at all so far. I am being told that this gets better and they go through like some major development, and I expect as much from Robin Hobb, honestly. After reading the Farseer trilogy, I expect there will be great and amazing character development down the line. It's just for now, these characters are just super annoying to deal with, and I'm very much intrigued though by the magic and the dealings with the serpents. Like, what's up with the rain vials, and what is this magic? What are these ruins, and what the fuck is happening there? So I'm very interested in seeing where this is going and how much more information we can really get in this trilogy moving forward. My thoughts on the series so far are, I'm just in love. I'm in love with the writing of Robin Hobb. I'm in love with the series. I'm in love with her portrayal of characters, with the development of characters, with the reflection and the thinking and critical thinking that a lot of these characters are capable of, which is something that you don't see that often in fantasy. I feel like these days you read a lot of fantasy books, and especially like romantasy and stuff, where people just don't think a lot. Like, they are basically just cardboard cutouts of a person imbued with like some specific trope or like thing that makes them special, and that's the only thing they have. So you will have like a cardboard cutout of a dark, broody, attractive man, and that's all this person is. This person has no other traits, and everything they do is in service of this trope that they serve. And Robin Hobb doesn't do that. The characters in the Farseer trilogy and also in the Lifeship Trader trilogy feel very real. They feel like real people, and the decisions they make, even though if at points and times they will infuriate you, they will annoy you, they did annoy me, they feel like a decision this character would make. They feel like a decision this character would make with their current knowledge, in their current headspace, in this story. So that's why I love these books so much, because these characters feel like actual persons, actual people that do things and make decisions. The trilogy, though, the books, I feel like are very split in two parts. We get these constant insertions of the serpents and what's up with them, and I will not spoil anything here at this point, but it's very interesting to see, because we have on one side basically the story of the humans that live in the remnants of this world, which is the whole world Robin Hobb is sketching out. And then we have these tidbits of creatures and these notions of other creatures and other things living in this world that remember how it was before. And I am very intrigued by that. I love this ancient society, this ancient people kind of narrative and trope, I guess, if you want to call it. It's just fun to me to see these histories in books. It's fun to me to see what happened to them. And it's fun to see how the humans that live now adapted and maybe misuse those magics that they have. It's the same with Stormlight Archives, right? They also live in the remnants of an old society and then figure out what they can do with it. Going forward, I think my only character that I actually enjoy reading about is Amber. All of the other characters are kind of annoying right now. Althea is very much the I'm not like other girls kind of girl, which I hope this changes at some point in the future. I'm just now getting to the point where I think the last third of the book will kick off and things will actually happen and things will be revealed. So I'm right on the edge there. So I'm very curious to see how this is going. I think personally that this book will have a massive battle at the end. And I'm also very intrigued by Wintro and his relationship with the ship. Because at the beginning, he was very much, I don't want to be any part of it. I don't want to be with this ship. I don't want to deal with any of this. And now he's like kind of jealous about how the ship is interacting with Kenneth and how the ship is like behaving. And I think it's very, very interesting to see that dynamic, because he is still basically a slave. Like he cannot leave this ship ever. And the ship is like, I don't give a fuck anymore. Like, you are here. That's enough. I'm gonna do my own thing and I'm gonna just have fun. And many people seem to overlook that the Life Ship Trader trilogy, more so than Farseer as well, deals with concepts of slavery and concepts of freedom just as much as magic and the character development, because there are slaves in this world. There is a very, I think, accurate portrayal of what happens when a society is right on that edge to, do we accept this? Do we not accept this? Where do we stand up? And when do we stand up? And are we gonna stand up at all? But the book does a very nice sketch on that, and a very interesting way the society is interacting with it, because it floods in there and they're like, do we like this? Do we not like this? People always hype Babel and R.F. Kuang for their historic portrayals and epicness and all that kind of stuff. Robin Hobb talked about this in 1998. Like, this is a book, and obviously there were authors that did a lot of work before that, but this is a fantasy book talking, like a very much a high fantasy book that addresses this way earlier. Like, Babel came out, I don't know, 2020 or something. Like, this is not a unique or new thing. People hyped this up like there was no one before addressing these issues in their fantasies or incorporating these issues and portrayals in their fantasy worlds. And it's like not true at all. It's just like the attention span of people is like literally a TikTok these days. As for my predictions for the rest of the series, I do hope that we will get a epic revival. For those of you who have read the series, I think you will know what I mean. I do hope there will be an epic confrontation between the ship and Althea. I really hope that they get to meet and dish out, because I think at the point where they will actually able to meet again, they will be such different personalities that they will realize we don't actually want to be together anymore. she's doing everything to get back to the ship, but I think at the point where she will actually be back at the ship, they won't be able to reconcile and reconnect with each other. That's my current theory. I am very curious to read more about the rain vials. I'm actually very intrigued by that area in general. Like, what happened there? Why is this? It sounds kind of like a volcano kind of destroyed the earth. I think I will manage to finish the series for sure in September, and then we will move on to the Tawny Man trilogy. Again, if you want to follow along and read this series along with me, subscribe and don't miss any updates. See you in my next video.